Hey YouTube, the reason why I'm doing this video is because I want to talk about us being pro-black and pro-African American. Are we so pro-African American that we have forgotten the contributions of other cultures that put us where we are? I have to be totally honest with you. I've been stoned for years by my own people. You know what I'm saying? By African American people. When it came to opportunities, a lot of times the opportunities weren't offered to me. A lot of times I had to accept less pay from African American people. A lot of times the stuff that was stolen from me, stolen checks, stolen stuff, it happened from African American people, black people, the same as me. You understand what I'm saying? Who felt like I did not deserve an opportunity. It didn't happen from a white person. A lot of times they masked up and they look like they white people, but they're really not. You know, we dealing with this black face, white face BS. You get what I'm saying? And the craziest thing about it is that we have to really see behind the masquerade. What's really behind the masquerade? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes some of the people that we may have thought that was against us weren't really against us. They just wasn't for the foolishness that we thought was what it really is. You know, I have to be as honest as possible with this, because a lot of times we're thinking one way in this society and other people are thinking a whole nother way. Like, that's not really going to work. That's not really going to vibe, because that's not the direction in which we're moving. And the craziest thing about me is that I had to learn at a young age that I couldn't always move in the direction that other people was moving. I couldn't always move with the masses. The masses would be moving in one direction, and I would be moving in a totally different direction. It's just the order of God and the way He do things. You get what I'm saying? So, whereas the masses would probably say, I'm not working, I would probably be working. You get what I'm saying? I can't always follow the masses, because the masses is strong. They have their agenda. But when you were called out by God to actually become a leader in things, you have to look at an agenda a whole nother way. A whole nother way, because God's going to sit up there and He's going to put an agenda together directly for you. So at the same time, I'm going to be totally honest with you. When the masses was speaking and there were leadership speaking to the masses, I weren't able to receive the message, because there was different messages being sent to me on a whole nother level. So I would be like very rude, interruptive, because of the simple fact that I wasn't on that level. And that's what's happening today with our cultures and our race and stuff like that. God is calling a whole nother culture to play. It's not just black. You get what I'm saying? This culture has like a rainbow vibe to it. It's different cultures knitted together and put together for a holy agenda. And they're not just black. So I started realizing I can find my brothers and my sisters anywhere. What this meant was this: I can go and talk to a person that's not necessarily my skin color and still find relief and safety in them, when I couldn't even talk to my own skin color, because my skin color chose to be sodomite, and I chose something totally different. I chose to be holy. So I had to realize that my people were different. They weren't just black. You get what I'm saying? My oppressors look different. My oppressors is not just African American, because of the lifestyle that I chose and stuff like that. And what I'm looking at, we talk about black support, but let's talk about the black agenda that sometimes goes against other black people. When I was raped off in my home, treated as though I was a prostitute or something in my home, guess what? I don't believe that was white people doing that. That was my own black people. And I'm going to be real with you. When I sat up here and I moved to this wicked city, And this same city lived and died, everything in. You understand what I'm saying? Live, die, reborn, rebirth, resurrection. All this happened in the same city. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, when I sat up and I'm talking to young women who say, I don't have a problem prostituting myself out. And I'm sitting up and I'm saying, don't you see yourself as so much more? And I had to realize that our people was pushing an agenda as African American people to lessen our people. There is no way, and this is what aches me so much. I'm sitting here and I'm talking to a young woman that's brilliant, and she was talking about being a prostitute, and she's just as black as me. She's the same kind of black as me. You know what I'm saying? She's brilliant. She's smart. She could do anything. And she sat up and she said to me, she said, I'm doing what I gotta do. I don't care what it takes to take care of my family. I don't care what it takes to do what I have to do for myself and my family. And this is the craziest thing. When I'm talking to them and I'm saying, hey, certain stuff you really don't have to do. You don't have to be a part of that. Time online is disrespectful.